for daily fantasy. His number too high, then I'm probably fading him. He been on the road, he gon' eat up my salary. I hit up by, he gon' lie before lock. Play back to back, then I probably won't pick on the DFS bachelor, good as it gets. Build a few liners and hit me a leg. He had a good game, but it might be a trick. Log in the Slack so I know who to pick. Sharing our liners, we all gon' get rich. New to this game, you should come to the pad. You might want some cash and get a good laugh. DFS sports, we gon' run up a bag. He heard every game and it's making me mad. You buying your lineups, I think you a cheater. DFS bachelor, he the new leader. Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Bachelor Pad. I, of course, am your host of DFS Bachelor, and we're going to go over our Fanduel and Draftkings NBA slate for Tuesday, September 1st. That's right, September is upon us. The NFL season is close. NFL DFS videos will begin shortly. I do have a preliminary cheat sheet set here on Draft Dashboard and all that stuff. So we're going to be getting into that stuff very, very soon. So I'm very excited about that. But first, we have the NBA playoffs. 2 games tomorrow. We've got a Game 7, Denver, Utah, Game 2 of Boston and Toronto. First things first, man, a big thank you to all of you for tuning in every day, liking the video. That helps the channel more than you know. I appreciate that. All of you new subscribers, I appreciate you guys subscribing. If you haven't done so, hit subscribe down below if you're so inclined to do so. I really do appreciate it. Normally I have a drink for y'all, but I'm just drinking water. I'm very tired tonight. Can't even keep the lid. There we go. It's a tired evening. Sorry about the no video last night. I just had so much stuff to do. Getting my son's room and computer set up for school and everything else and laundry and just a whole list of things. But seriously, thank you all so much. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget, by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment in the comment section, you qualify for the weekly $25 PayPal giveaway. And I'm going to announce that winner right now before I forget, because I do fucking forget. Opal Tickle is our winner. Opal Tickle. Hit me up on Twitter in the comment section. Make sure you have an active PayPal account that can receive money. It's very important. And there you go. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. We do that all the time. Also, I've been doing some NFL content over at Sportsbook Review. When the NFL season starts, an hour before lock, I'll be live over there as well. We'll be handicapping all the games. You can come over and ask your fantasy football questions, your DFS questions. However you wish to do it. We're live right now. Up until then, breaking down each division. Our last 2 divisions will be Wednesday and Friday, the AFC South, the AFC West. We have broken down the other 6 divisions already, so go check that out over at sportsbookreview.com. Go to Sportsbook Review on YouTube. You can find me over there. I'm always tweeting that stuff out on Twitter as well. Giving away $50,000 this year over there. So lots of cool stuff there as well. Also, do not forget to check out Overlay DFS. A lot of fun. I won another $180 on there tonight, man. And I wasn't perfect, but I went 9-3 picking players head to head, and that was enough to win 10 times my money. So overlaydfs.com. It's a lot of fun. Great group of people over there. You don't have to worry about late scratches, etc. You have alternates you put in, so you're not getting screwed by that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Be sure to hit them up on Twitter at overlaydfs and ask them about their first deposit bonus as well. And as usual, like days like yesterday where I didn't get a video out for the games today, I still always have my player pool set here, my watch players list on Draft Dashboard. Great research tools for all 4 major sports: hockey, baseball, football, basketball. My projections are there, etc. You can use the lineup optimizer, etc. Cash game optimizers, multi lineup generators, all that stuff. Click that link in the video description below. You can try it for 30 days for $1. So let's get into it. It's a 2-game slate. So like I say every time, it's a bit redundant. If you are playing those mass GPP tournaments and you're trying to make a lineup that is all by yourself and not tying with a bunch of people. Now listen, you could, like tonight, everyone tied. What was it? I can't remember one of the bigger contests I was on Fanduel. Like, everyone won like $1,000. First place was supposed to be, 100,000, but they all split it. You'll take that on your chalk lineups. I'm just telling you, if you're looking for that one unique lineup, you need to leave salary on the table to differentiate yourself from the rest of the field. Of course, in cash games, or if you're just like, screw it, I'll play a chalk lineup and go for the tie at the top, that's fine. Then you can use all your salary, or maybe if you use all your salary, do a higher dollar GPP that you're or a higher dollar single entry rather. But if you're really trying to be unique and be all by yourself, try to do something different. Leaving some salary on the table is one very easy way that you can do that. So let's start a point guard. Right at the top, we've got Jamal Murray, 9-4 on FanDuel. 9-7 on DraftKings. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember Jamal Murray ever being this much. So this is the most expensive Jamal Murray's ever been. He has been red hot, 77, 67, and a 60. I call him the king of social distancing. You guys might all remember his video right when all this started. He is the king of social distancing, but he has been red hot. He's certainly in play. I think I'll probably be under the field on him just because of that price. It's a game 7. You wonder, are these teams going to be a little bit nervous? And that is a huge, huge price for Jamal Murray. It's a tournament play. He needs a big number. He needs in those 60s, in the 50s or 60s to really get you to where you want to get. You can see the hit percentage total here on Draft Dashboard, which I love. It tells you at that price on Fanduel, he would only hit value 17% of the time this year. On DraftKings, 18% of the time. Now, things have been different in the bubble. There's no doubt about it. And he, through the first 6 games, has had some big games. He's also had a 32 and a 21. So it's not like he can't flop. He's been red hot the last 3 games. I'm going to do the contrarian thing and probably be under the field on Murray. You're not going to hear me tell you stupid for playing him. It's just a big price. I'm not sure how comfortable I am with that. Kemba Walker, 7-8 on FanDuel, 7-6 on DraftKings. Yeah, I like Kemba. Again, it's a 2-game slate. So Jamal Murray, Kemba Walker, Kyle Lowry. Of course, these guys are in play. I like Kyle Lowry a little bit more than Kemba tomorrow. I think Toronto really bounces back. They just struggled. They couldn't make any shots that whole game. I think the layoff really got to them. I mean, even Van Fleet got into the 40s, and they were just dreadful shooting. What was he, 3 for fucking 15 or something? It was just something god-awful. Kyle Lowry didn't shoot the ball much better, and he still got to a 34. So there's a lot of peripheral stats that they're getting. I like them both. Kemba had a 38. Don't mind that. You just worry. A lot of that game, Jaylen Brown was in foul trouble. So he wasn't on, Jaylen Brown played the last 5 minutes of that game, even though it was kind of out of reach already. I think just to keep him in rhythm, because he had barely played through the first 3 quarters because of the foul trouble. So that helped Kemba out. If he's not as much foul trouble, it might be harder for Kemba to hit that value. Mike Conley at 6'6", of course. Now he's been really consistent. Since he came back, he's played 4 games in the series, 36, 39, 33, 37. He's at 6'6" and 6'8". It's a game 7. Again, I do think they're going to be a little more nervous. It's do or die, all on the line. They would hate to throw away the 3-2 series lead that they had, so we'll have to see. But Mike Conley's certainly in play because there's just not a ton of options. Because after that, look, Monty Morris, he's still going to play around 20, 25 minutes. The more Gary Harris plays, maybe that cuts into his minutes, but I don't really think so. Not huge upside, 4K and 4.2, but he's certainly one of the value plays you can throw in there. Brad Wanamaker will be super cheap. Now, he played a few more minutes in that game. Gordon Hayward's out. They just kind of need an extra ball handler. And remember, Jaylen Brown was in foul trouble, so he played more minutes than usual. I mean, if you're trying to be super different, you're playing 100, 150 lineups, sprinkle in some Wanamaker. I wouldn't go crazy, though. Let's go to shooting guard. Donovan Mitchell's a much better price, at least on FanDuel. He's at 8.5, and he's going to be super popular, and he should be, and that's too cheap, and I like Donovan Mitchell. Then he's 9.9 on DraftKings. Now, I know I said last time, I'm not paying around 10K for Donovan Mitchell. He shit on my lineups way too many times at 7.5 and 8.5 for me to trust him at fucking 10K, and then he goes off for 60, and of course he could do it again. He and Murray are going back and forth. Again, I love the price on FanDuel, more hesitant on DraftKings since it's a limited slate. Of course, he's in play. Fred VanVleet, I like him a lot tomorrow. Again, it was a really bad offensive game for him, but he had 6 steals in that game. Really active defensively. He'll get his shot going, 7.6 and 7.8. His ownership might come down a little bit because if people were watching the game and not actually looking at his fantasy stats, that's going to help lower the ownership some. Marcus Smart, of course, he's going to play a ton of minutes and start now that Gordon Hayward is out. 5.7 and 6K, he's certainly in play. Norman Powell is a tournament. He'll be a low-owned option. So he's one of those guys, if he goes off, he'll be 11% owned and you'll be super happy. Or you'll pay 5.5 and he'll go out and get a 10 in 26 minutes and you'll be pissed. I mean, that's just how it works. He's a risk. Depends on your risk tolerance there. I'll have him sprinkled in. Same with Jordan Clark. Jordan Clarkson's a little safer. He's been consistently in the mid-20s. Had the one big, was it game 2? I want to say it was before Mike Conley came back. But still, after Conley's return, playing in the high 20s to low 30s, 23, 24, 25, and 27. So he's 5'3 and 5'4. He's probably not going to get you 50 or anything like that, but he's got some 30-point upside at that price. You got to go there. Gary Harris. We have to see how he responds. I don't think he'll be very highly owned. He did play 20 minutes. He wasn't that effective offensively, and he generally isn't. Once in a while, he'll pop off for one of these 30, 40-point games, but there's a lot of these games in the teens, etc. He's 4-5 and 3-9. You want to take a tournament shot? Why the hell not? Just know there's some risk involved there. Torrey Craig, the same thing. Like, I don't like playing Torrey Craig. He did put up the 27. The more Gary Harris plays, the less Torrey Craig's going to play. Bottom line. And then that's it. I mean, if you want to get cute or you think maybe Toronto blows out Boston in game 2 and turns it all around, I guess a guy like Terrence Davis, I mean, that's only, again, if you're playing 150 lineups and you're just trying to have a little bit of everything, then I suppose one or two with him in there. But again, it's nothing I'm racing to do. Small forward, they put Siakam at small forward, which I still don't understand, but okay. Siakam 8-2 and 8K. He struggles against this team, and we talked about it before game 1 the other day. It's not the greatest matchup for him. Now, he struggled offensively too. He was like all three of their main shooters, Lowry, Siakam, and Van Fleet, struggled offensively. The team just couldn't get going. He's certainly got some upside. He let a lot of people down, so that makes me like Siakam because his ownership's going to be low, and it's a 2-game slate, so I'm going to root for that Siakam lineup to go off. And if it does, he'll be one of these 8K players, you know, the Mitchells, the Murrays, the Jokic, the Goberts, etc., the Jason Tatums, even the Jaylen Brown, I think, is close to that on DraftKings, the Kembas. He'll be one of the lower-owned options there, so I do like that in terms of a leverage play. Jaylen Brown is too cheap on Fanduel at 6'3", and he's 7'3" on DraftKings, which is scary. You could see if he was 6'3" all season long on Fanduel, he would have hit at least 5 times value 70% of the time. Again, you could find that here on Draft Dashboard. I don't know if you can see it in your screen because I don't know why my screen's doing a weird chop, but it's the hit percentage here. Again, you can try that 30 days for $1 in the video description, but only 49% of the time at that price on DraftKings, which is actually a little higher than I thought it would be. Make no mistake about it. These two teams are good defensive teams. He ended up, you know, scratching and clawing his way, if I could speak, to a 27. Remember, he played the last 4 or 5 minutes of that game with all the backups because he just had the foul trouble. So Jaylen Brown, I like Jaylen Brown. Absolutely. OG Anunoby, I mean, I've talked about this several times. He gives me gray hairs. He's been pretty consistent. 5 straight games of at least 22. 4 of those 5 were 24, 25, 26, and 28. 5-2 and, I mean, 4-8 on DraftKings, sure. The 5-2 on FanDuel, you're hoping for those steals, etc. Jeremy Grant's going to play a ton of minutes. You can go there. And then Joe Ingles at 5K and 5-3. These last 4 games, he has not looked great. A 19, a 6, a 14, and then he does have a 27. He had a 30-some in game 1, a 28 in game 2. He can get there, and he's going to be low-owned. You just need him to hit his threes, and you need to hope that Mitchell and Murray don't get into one of these back-and-forths again where they're just shooting every time they go down the court. If that happens, it obviously, I mean, you could see his usage rate in those massive games by Mitchell is 6 and 8%. Even the one game he hit value was only 12%. You need him to hit his threes, get a few of those peripherals, rebounds, etc. He can get there. The minutes will be there. He's going to start. He's going to be low-owned. And then that's it for me. Like, I know Semi Ojeleye played 22 minutes, but just don't do that. Just don't mess with Semi Ojeleye, okay? Jason Tatum, 9K and 9-2. Again, big price tag for him. Played 37 minutes, put up a 34. It's good tough. The front court for Toronto's tough. You have Ibaka, Gasol, Siakam. Toronto is a good defensive team. Now, Tatum can definitely get there. He's come down in price a little bit. I think he was, 9.6 the other day. So I could go there. Serge Ibaka, another player I think is too expensive. There's just not enough minutes. He and Gasol basically split those minutes down the middle. He's 6'5 and 6'2. So I don't think he'll be super high owned. He might be a little higher owned than normal because it's a 2-game slate and, you're choosing between Michael Porter and Tice and Millsap after that. But, I'm meh on Ibaka. Michael Porter Jr., 5'4 and 5'5. Look, the last 2 games he's played 33 and 28 minutes. All that dynamic scoring is gone. This is a Game 7, a young player. I think it's certainly a contrarian play. If you want to be different, sprinkle him in, but don't be shocked if he gets you a 17. That's all I'm going to say. Daniel Tice, we talked about it. He was our favorite value play the other day, and he delivered, put up a 38. He actually missed some easy shots and had some bad turnovers. They're going to need Daniel Tice. They need his rebounding. They need his defense. They need his size. They're an undersized team. Looks like Tice and Robert Williams are going to be the big bodies that they play. There you go. They're going to play with those big bodies. There you go. Title of your sex tape. And Enes Kanter isn't going to see the floor as much. So Daniel Tice is in play. I mean, it's a big price increase, but of course, I can go there. Paul Millsap, how do you trust it? It's a long shot dart throw in GPPs only. Royce O'Neal, the same thing. I actually like that Royce O'Neal is 4'6" and 4'5". Look, there's no one else on the slate in that price range who's going to play the minutes that Royce O'Neal plays. That's what I'll tell you. Now, he's got a 38 in this series. He's got a 24 in this series. He's also got an 11 and a 13 and an 18, and those are all in the same amount of minutes. So there's certainly risk, but I love the minutes there, so I'll have plenty of Royce O'Neal. There's not a ton of great value on this slate. Bottom line, there's no one else at power forward you even want to consider. Let's go to center. Jokic, of course, 9'8", 9'5". I think he's too expensive. You can see he's been pretty consistent in this series, scoring in the 40s or so. So that's not really getting it done. I think Gobert is a better value at 7'3" and 7'9". Like, he's not scoring as much as Jokic, but he's close enough that where with that price tag so far apart, that he is hitting value more than Jokic is, freeing up salary elsewhere. So I actually like Gobert in the price there. It is Game 7. Jokic is going to have the ball in his hands a ton. We saw that last year in Game 7 against Portland, if I'm remembering right. God, my brain. It's so late. It's super late. But I do like Gobert. I'll of course, have exposure to Jokic, but I prefer Gobert right now. And then Gasol. This could be one of those games. You know, you saw him shooting the three. He's kind of been struggling with his shot. Toronto is eventually going to get their offense going, and Gasol could be one of those. But the thing is, he's not going to play more than 25 minutes. And then if you another value guy you could take a shot on is Robert Williams. It looks like he's going to be the number 2 center instead of Enes Kanter. So he played 18 minutes in Game 1, put up a 27, was out there blocking shots and dunking. And he's 3'8" and 3'3". I think he'll be more popular than he should be, but certainly it frees up the salary. Again, on a slate with not a ton of upside in the value spots, I could go there as well. So that, I mean, right now I've only got 17 players in my player pool. It's crazy to me. Again, you can get access to this tool, see what my final player pool looks before lock, etc. You can use my player pool in the lineup optimizer or the mass lineup generator. Use your own. You can click that link, try Draft Dashboard 30 days for $1. It's right there in the video description drop down arrow. When you do, how you find my player pool is you simply click on the Watch Players tab over here on the left, or from the drop down menu over here in the top left hand corner. Select your slate or your site, Fanduel and Draftkings. The 2 tabs are in the top right corner here. When you do that, and if you've used my link, you'll see a blue box that says Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks, as well as a timestamp when they've last been updated, so you know if I've gotten to the newest information and news throughout the day. Then you can come over here to the lineup optimizer, like I said, the mass lineup generator, late swap optimizer. So if there's a late swap, like today, if you had a bunch of Eric Bledsoe and you're like, oh crap, he's not going to play, which he wasn't in my player pool for today, then you can upload your lineups from FanDuel and DraftKings into the late swap optimizer here on Draft Dashboard, re-optimize removing that player, and then upload them back in. So that's really handy. Cheat sheets, sleeper studs, minute guys, all sorts of research there for baseball, football, hockey, and basketball. So click that link, try it for 30 days for $1. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, be a part of that drawing. I do appreciate you all very, very much. Thanks for your patience yesterday. I apologize not getting a video out last night. Just wasn't going to happen, man. I'm just one man, and single parenting sometimes is exhausting. So I'll tell you that right now, especially when your teenage son does not want to help with shit. He's a great, great kid, but sometimes getting him motivated is, it's going to turn my hair gray. Don't forget to check out Overlay DFS. Come over to Sportsbook Review. Check them out on YouTube. Check out our NFL content over there. Be a part of the team there. I'll be answering questions live all year long, especially Sunday mornings before lock on our live show. That's going to be a lot of fun this morning. We're going to be doing a lot of things, giveaways, special guests, all sorts of stuff. It's going to be awesome. So come check us out at sportsbookreview.com as well. Thank you all again so much for all your support. May the fantasy gods be with you. We'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations again to our winner, Opal Tickle. Goodbye, folks.